Hello again, everybody. Dave Brown with Corey Macklin here at ringside, and we're ready to go with another day of USWA Championship Wrestling.
Well, it's another day today. Opening bout, Richard Lee and his Moondogs are here today. We'll have to put up with them sometime here today.
Yeah, I know it.
Got a newcomer, Nate Whitlock, is brought along with him, called the King Killer.
Yeah, I want to find out more about that.
Yeah, we'll find out about him coming up. Blackharts and Bert Prentice here today. Nightmare Danny Davis on the card. The Howard Hughes connection to be here. And you'll see teaming up Jeff Jarrett and the superstar Bill Dundee right here today.
All right, looks like a good one. We'll be back with the Moondogs when we return. Appear very shortly in the ring, but first, on their way to the ring right here, Richard Lee has requested some time for an interview, and one reason, see what he's got over his shoulders there? The World Tag Team titles. Yeah, I know you're happy.
Dave, look, I ain't got a whole lot of time because you know as well as I know, whenever you got the belts like this, you're always in big demand for personal appearances. I've got to get my dogs someplace that's very, very important, so we're not going to be here very long. I just want to tell these people, I know that you're as happy as I am that we got these belts right back where they belong, baby. And what you're going to find out right now is what happens when my dogs are the world champions, because we're fixing to show you some world champion scientific wrestling right here as soon as we get somebody dumb enough to get in this ring with my dogs, baby. So bring them on, because my dogs are ready, baby.
Now, the word from Richard Lee, they got to get out of here pretty quick, you say, Corey. That's good news. They're not going to hang around here. Happy man.
Personal appearance money, we're doing everything we possibly do to make any money, and obviously we can't even find anybody brave enough to get the ring.
Yeah, you got some opponents coming in here. Spike Lewis and Jerry Turman have stepped into the ring, and Richard Lee sends them in there. There go the Moondogs. Oh, my goodness. I think you could hear the sign pop as the Moondogs smashed Jerry Turman with it. Oh. Spike Lewis hammered with that sign, too.
Boy, did they nail Spike Lewis with that sign. Moondogs got him on his legs there now. Spike holds him while Spot comes off, nails him, pins him. 1, 2, 3. They get him. Moondogs and Richard Lee get the win.
It didn't last long. Not that we really expected it to. Look out. Threw him completely over the table onto the floor back here. The other one with the chair hammering Spike Lewis again. Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Turman just hammered with that metal chair
He nailed him
by the
again.
Moondog. Listen, you've seen this. You've seen what they do. Let's take a break and see if we can get them out of here. You said you had to get out of here, so let's go.
I do have to get out of here, Dave. We're we're in a big, big hurry because, you know, when you're the world champions, everybody wants a bit of your time. But I'm going to take enough time here to explain one thing. First of all, I've got something that I want to get off of my chest, Dave Brown. And what the deal is this. I don't know if I'm happy about it. I don't know if I'm mad about it. I don't know if I'm sad about it. Jerry Lawler decided that he wanted to try and pound job everybody in the world in the ring. Well, Lawler, that's fine. But what you managed to do was you managed to get yourself suspended because of it, hot shot. Well, then what happens? This goofball, blonde-headed Jeff Jarrett decides that he's going to go get somebody else to come in here and be his partner. So what do? They take Richard Lee with my Moondogs and stick us in a 6-man tag against who? The goofball Jeff Jarrett and the Bushwhackers. Well, let me tell you something, boys. You're messing with fire when you mess with Richard Lee. Don't think that Richard Lee is going to lay down and die along with my dogs, because ain't nobody bad enough to beat my dogs. So all you got to do is walk that aisle, boys. I've told you once, I've told you twice. My dogs are bad, baby. My dogs are bad. But Lord, I've got a few things in my corner. I got Mike Samples in my corner, number one, who was part of this territory, brother. So what are you going to do about that? Nothing. So, it all boils down to this. Come Monday, baby. Oh, like I said, baby, we got someplace you got to be. So we'll be up. Don't ever hold me up like this.
Yeah. Now they got to be someplace because here come Lawler Jarrett right here with Eddie Marlin. And Jerry's got a fire extinguisher with him. And all of a sudden, Richard Lee remembered, oh, we've got to be somewhere right about now. King?
Yeah, all of a sudden, Richard Lee remembers he's got to be somewhere. Well, let me just tell you a little bit about what Richard Lee has been pulling the past couple of weeks. You know, last week, we came out here on television, and I stood around here waiting for Jeff Jarrett to show up so that we could defend those World Tag Team titles. The reason I was waiting, the reason that I was sure that Jeff would be here is because I had received a handwritten note from Jeff. I knew he had to wrestle last Saturday night in Boston, but I had received a note from him saying that he would be here at TV to wrestle with me. Well, as you know, Jeff never showed up. And the reason Jeff never showed up was because Jeff had received a handwritten note from me saying that I didn't need him to be at TV, just to go ahead to Boston, and that he didn't need to even be here Saturday morning. Oh. Now, what we find out later on is I didn't write any note to Jeff, and Jeff didn't write any note to me. So it's pretty obvious, Richard Lee, that you are the low-life snake in the grass that pulled a little stunt to make sure that I'd be here by myself last week and to make sure that your dogs would walk out with the titles. Well, it worked. As I said, every dog has his day. Last week was Richard Lee and the Moondogs' day. They've got the titles, but I can promise you, we got some tricks up our sleeve. Now, last week, I go out here to the Coliseum. The match, Eddie, was booked an Anything Goes match. Is that right? Anything goes. Well, when I see anything goes, I think that means I can do absolutely anything in the match. That's right. Well, I go to pile drive one of the Moondogs, and the referee, Paul Neighbors, stops me. I tell him, this is an anything goes match. I go to pile drive him again. He shoves me down. So what happens? I lose my temper. I pile drive the referee, right? Huh? Maybe once, maybe twice. I think he has it coming. But what happens to me now, Eddie? I get suspended for a week where I can't wrestle in Memphis.
Well, let me explain something to you, Jerry. Now, you know, when anything goes match, you can do anything you want to
That's
your
right.
opponent.
That's what I thought.
But you pile drive the referee. Now, you know with this Mike Samples digging in every time he can, anything that we do, he's going to run right to the board and do what he can to work against us. So he was responsible for your suspension.
But anything goes in the match.
Against your opponent, not the referee.
Well, let me just say, Mike Samples, I'm sure he's behind this a little bit, but Richard Lee, you're the big mastermind. Now, you've got me suspended. I can't wrestle, but Jeff made a little phone call, and he has got two guys that are going to be there. One good thing is you got Richard Lee is going to have to be in the ring wrestling this week, Richard Lee.
That's exactly right.
And Jeff Jarrett has got two great partners that we're going to talk about in a second. But I'm going to tell you this. I can't wrestle Monday night. I'm suspended. And if I wrestle, I'm sure I'll be in a lot of trouble. But I can't wrestle, right? But I can be in the building. I'm not barred from the building. I'm not barred from being just like these people out here coming to watch the match, right? Well, I want to tell you this, and I promise you, I will be in the Mid-South Coliseum, and I will be watching that match with great interest. And Moondogs and Richard Lee, just don't get out of line, because I promise you, you're looking at the man that invented 99.9% of the dirty tricks that's ever been pulled in Memphis, Tennessee, and I got a big one in store. I got a big one in store for you. Now tell them about your partner.
Jerry, that just might be 100% of the tricks ever invented. You know, Richard Lee, there's been an awful lot of water under the bridge, and me and Jerry are no longer tag team champions. But this week we're going to start by taking care of you, Richard Lee, because I've got two guys that I got on the phone, and I made a little call. And that's just like Jerry said, it's going to be 6 of us in the ring. And Jerry's going to be watching the match, and I know one thing, it's going to be even. So Moondogs and Richard Lee, get your big, that's exactly right. Get your mangy little face up next to that monitor in the back and take a good look, because here is my two opponents. You might know them real good, because you saw them a few weeks back, and they're called the Bushwhackers.
All right.
Listen here, Moondogs. The Bushwhackers don't take anything from nobody, right, Cousin Butch? Oh, we don't take it from nobody. And you Moondogs, oh, you have a mean and you have a rough reputation. But the Bushwhackers have decided to come from Memphis and to shut your mouths up. That's right, Memphis. And we want all you Bushwhacker-roos down there to come out and give us support. Right, Cousin Butch? Oh, yeah. Actually, this Monday the 7th of September, we're going to come down the aisle.
All right. Well, that's the Bushwhackers, I tell
Well,
you.
they got the date wrong, but I guarantee you, what did they say? The Bushwhackers are about as smart as the Moondogs, I can assure you, boys. So get in the ring, because it's going to be the 11th of October, right? Am I right on the date?
No.
12.
We're all messed up, but it don't matter because it's Monday night at the Coliseum. We might bring fire extinguishers, brooms, boards, chairs, it doesn't matter. But the Bushwhackers know how to use them, and they also know how to take them because they've had plenty of bumps and bruises on their head. But guys, you better get ready. And Richard Lee, you're going out this Monday night.
And I'm going to be there. I'm going to buy myself a little front row ticket. I'm going to be in the Coliseum. I'm looking forward to it. October the 12th. Is that right?
Monday night.
Monday night. That's all we need to know. Jeff and the Bushwhackers and Richard Lee in the ring this time. We can't wait, brother. We'll see you there
That's
Monday
the
night.
first step to getting them belts back.
All right, Jeff, Jerry, and Eddie.
I may just bring this down there because, you know, it could get real hot during that match.
Yeah, I wonder if that implied that you were going to need that. I tell you what, the Bushwhackers, you know how wild the Moondogs are. I think most wrestling fans know the Bushwhackers, but just in case you haven't seen their style, take a look at this right here.
Spot, whips him in, takes Cujo, slams him into the spot. The Bushwhackers in the USWA. Double backdrop. They take Moondog spot, whips him in. Double backdrop on spot. There they are, the Bushwhackers. Boy, everybody loves them. He's got both of the Moondogs. Slam her into it.
Well, as you can see, they know how to handle Moondogs. The Bushwhackers, they'll be at the Mid-South Coliseum. We're going to check the complete card for you coming up here in just a minute. First, though, let's go back and take a look at the highlights from last week where the Moondogs were going against Lawler Jarrett. It was supposed to be an anything-goes match, as Jerry was talking about. But watch.
That's Lawler and Jarrett. Lawler takes Moondog spike, sets that sign up. Jeff's got that board in the ring. He nails the Moondog. Picks up the metal sign, nails the Moondog with it. Oh. Moondog spike takes Lawler, slams him over on the table over here. Boy, does he go after Jarrett. Got Lawler over in the crowd over here. Moondogs, Lawler and Jarrett. Jeff with a reversal. Slams the Moondog on that rally at ringside. Look at Jeff Jarrett. Beautiful flying press. 1, 2. Well, he got out of it at 2. Moondog picks up that big board and nails Jeff Jarrett with it. Jeff fighting his way back now. Oh, Richard Lee holding on to Jeff there, too. Jeff gets out of it. Boy, we're glad to see that. Hey, Richard, stay out of the action, would you? Strap comes down. Here comes Jarrett, the King Lawler. Lawler and Jarrett. Boy, they are some kind of fired up here tonight. They want those World Tag titles back from the Moondog. Lawler sets up Moondog's fight for the pole driver. Referee Paul Neighbor says, hey, I'm warning you, Jarrett. Lawler sets him out. Moondog's butt comes over. Lawler grabs him. Referee said, hey, no, you can't do it. Oh, slams Jarrett back over there. Saying and you can't pile drive him. Lawler grabs referee Paul Neighbors, picks Paul up. Oh, boy. Well, I tell you hate to see Jared do that. That's got to be a fine on him. Picks up Paul Neighbors and pile drives Paul. Grabs Richard Lee. Yeah, that's ringing the bell. This whole thing's out of hand here now. Lawler pile drives Lee. Oh, that's good for him. Lawler goes over and tells Frank Morrell, hey. All right, well, referee Frank Morrell said that Lawler and Jarrett are going to be disqualified for pile driving the referee in there. And your winners of the bout, the Moondogs, by disqualification in 8 minutes and 12 seconds, they retain the USWA World Tag Title. Lawler, he's got Paul Neighbors again. Oh, come on, Jared. Picks up Paul. Oh, he Paul drives him again. Second time they Paul drive Paul. Lawler picks the chair up. Boy, he and Jeff are some kind of upset in there.
Understandably upset, as you said in the commentary there. Of course, there's no way you can condone doing that to a referee, and as a result, Mike Samples went screaming to the board, and the board said, yeah, well, we got no choice. Not only a fine, but also a 1-week suspension there for the King.
Hate to see Jerry do that, but like you said, it's understandable.
Well, all upset and all of that sort of thing. It's sort of one of those mixed feelings things. Why did the referee do that to begin with? Did he just forget it was an anything-goes match, or was there more to it? I don't know. But let's check the complete card right here. Coming up Monday night, 7:30 at the Mid-South Coliseum, and you will see the opening match, Jeffrey Howard Gaylord, he wants to be called now, going against Tony Falk in the opening match. Then it's going to be Gaylord's regular partner in tag team matches. Mr. Hughes will be wrestling as a single.
Hey, that'll be a good single bout there.
Sure will. Mr. Hughes, very large guy, but going against the tough one, the flamboyant Eric Embry in a single match. Then a special request challenge match. I don't know a lot about this special request. I understand it has something to do with a girl, but anyway, maybe we'll find out more later on. Billy Travis and Doug Gilbert in a special challenge match to settle everything in the ring Monday night. The Blackharts, rugged tag team, let me tell you. You put Bert Prentice in their corner, they're even tougher. And across the way, it's the superstar Bill Dundee teamed with Reno Riggins. Following that, the World Light Heavyweight title match.
Boy.
Brian Christopher ended up with that title. That was also a strange thing there,
he's got 3 titles there now.
I know.
Guy, he's going to be even
he is going to be in there going against Danny Davis, and the World Light Heavyweight title will be at stake. USWA Unified World Heavyweight title match.
Oh, look out for this one.
Yeah, look at this. Junkyard Dog is going to be bringing that title, putting it on the line against Butch Reed. Yeah, Hacksaw going to be there, trying to take the belt away from the Junkyard Dog. What a match that ought to be.
Yeah, good bout.
But not the end of it. Main event of the night. Get ready for this one. You got the Moondogs, and Richard Lee's going to have to get in the ring against Jeff Jarrett and those wild and woolly bushwhackers coming in. They have seen the Moondogs before. I can tell you that Richard Lee is mighty unhappy that the bushwhackers are coming into the Coliseum, but they'll all have to climb in the ring and then stand by for action Monday night, 7:30 at the Mid-South Coliseum. Stand by for more action coming up here. We'll be back after this. Got action coming up here in the ring just seconds away, but first, want to tell you about, matter of fact, got a videotape right here from a guy that I think most wrestling fans are going to recognize, Hacksaw Butch Reed. Take a listen.
He's a legend in his own time. Well, I give you credit. You've been one of the best wrestlers that's ever been. The 1980s going into the 1990s. But there's one thing you forget about, JYD. You forget about your old nemesis. You forget about your old enemy. Your arch enemy, I got to say, me, Hacksaw Butch Reed. I've been dogging your trail for years. I've been hounding you for a long time, trying to corner you. You jump from one area to another area. But wherever you go, you know Butch Reed is right there on your heels. Now I want to tell you something. Mr. Legend, you got business to take care of. You got serious business to handle Monday night in Memphis, Tennessee. And that serious business is me. And you know how Butch Reed fights. You know how Butch Reed does his thing. And especially, I'm going to be more psyched up than ever now that I know that it's the junkyard dog that I face. And Butch Reed is still in top contention to take you on for that title, to take you on for that gold, to take you on for the strap. We're going to rock them and sock them as usual, dog. You know, when we fight, well, I'm saying fight because wrestling ain't got nothing to do with it. It's going to be soup bones, knuckle junction. You know how it goes, dog. Throw the wrestling books away. Don't worry about no takedowns, no hip tosses. Don't worry about none of that, because it's going to be a fight. And you know, when I fight to win, and that is any way that I can. I go beyond the rules. I go beyond the referee. I don't care what I gotta do. Junkyard dog, a championship is on the line. That means bread in my pocket. And that means Butch Reed is back on the top again. And I'm a dangerous man when I get in that category. So look out, dog. Look out, Memphis, Tennessee, because Butch Reed is coming. And Butch Reed is going to have both guns loaded. And you will understand that I'm a dangerous man. I'm a bad man. Get ready.
Now, a lot of the stuff he said was absolutely true, but one thing I hope he's not overlooking is just how tough Junkyard Dog is himself.
Better not forget.
JYD will be there. He'll have that bell with him.
Oh,
Nathaniel Whitlock headed this way right now, and Nate, you're supposed to have this King Killer in here ready to go in this match. His opponent's already in the ring.
First off, Dave, you know, everybody knows that me and Jerry Lawler, one time I managed Jerry Lawler, and, you know, he was, me and Jerry Lawler, we were real good friends at one time. And, you know, Lawler, he turned me, he tried to make me a stooge. You remember right here in this spot, he hit me with a pie, and he hit me with a cake, and tried to humiliate me and embarrass me, you know, and it stuck like a rock in my craw. It stuck like a burr up under my saddle. I didn't like it. And I made a vow right then, a year ago, and it didn't make any difference how long it took. It was still stuck in my mind that I was going to get Jerry Lawler back. And so what I did, I went out and I got me a man, and I taught him everything Jerry Lawler knows, but I taught him better than Jerry Lawler knows.
Well, so in other words, you're not really interested in so much this opponent. You're pointing toward the King.
This isn't about competition, Dave. This is about a personal issue between me and Jerry Lawler. You see, because I made a vow, it didn't make any difference how long it took. I was going to get Jerry Lawler back. And so, to make a long story short, Dave, I have got a guy by the name of the King Killer, and without any further ado, I'm going to bring the King Killer out right now. And he's going to take care of Jerry Lawler, and I'm going to sell it once and for all right now. This is the King Killer right here.
Well, here he comes. Well, let's see him in action. Put him in the ring there, Nate. And referee says, you're ready to go. Well, if I get the bell to ring, Moondog's sort of messed up the bell over here, looks like. The King Killer, brought in by Nathaniel Whitlock. Nate the Rat is the name most of you wrestling fans know it by. Going against Rick Hutchison. Corey, this guy's overpowering this young man here, but that is not Jerry Lawler, too, keep in mind.
Yeah, indeed.
You know, Whitlock said he taught this guy everything Jerry Lawler knows, only he taught him better. I doubt that.
Seriously. King Killer, boy, he's dressed in all of that black. Big gloves and all, comes down with a big right hand off that middle rope on Rick Hutchison. Big Hutchison up, he's got him set over there for a pile driver. King Killer pile drives Hutchison, boy. Covers him 2, 3, and gets it. That's the victory, and first look at Nathaniel Whitlock's Keen Killer.
Yeah.
Gets the 1, 2, 3.
Well, again, he's impressive. He was impressive against his opponent here today. But, Nate, let me remind you, that was not Jerry Lawler that you sent him in there against today. That young man doesn't have near the experience as Lawler.
Well, Dave, I want to call somebody out here, Richard Lee. I want to call Richard out here. I want to talk to him about something.
I think Richard's gone. He indicated that he and the dogs
Richard
had...
Lee, come on out here. He's watching in the back.
Well, he still is here. I thought they had some big thing they had to leave immediately a minute ago, I thought. Richard?
Got my dogs in the van already. They're ready to go.
Look, Richard, they're trying to do you like they did me. When I've been in here, and before, when I was in here before, what they had... They tried to put me in the ring to wrestle. I'm a manager. You're a manager. They're trying to hurt you and put you out of business. That's exactly what it's all about. And, yeah, hey, he's one heck of an athlete. He's one heck of a wrestler. I'll tell you what I'll do. Instead of you wrestling Monday night, how about if I offer you his services and take your place? How about that?
He'll take my place.
He'll take your place.
That's great, because, Nate, I appreciate it, because I'm going to tell you what, I spent $400 this week at the chiropractor trying to get my neck adjusted.
Hey, man, they're out here trying to hurt you. I've been watching it, trying to hurt you. Is all they're trying to do. Book you in there. You ain't no wrestler. You're a manager. They're trying to book you in this ring just to get you hurt and get you out of the wrestling business. They're undermining your managerial authority. Is exactly what they're trying to do.
He will tag with my dogs Monday night.
He'll tag with them. You can have him, baby. You can have him.
They're getting him in there because he keeps interfering in all the matches, and they decided just to put him in the ring is what happened. Here, Eddie.
Both of you guys just stated that you're managers. You're not producing the show. You have nothing to do with it. You're signed to be in the match Monday night. You will be in the match. There's nothing to be changed.
He's hurt. They're trying to hurt him. They're hurting him.
Both of you take that valuable time here. You can get out of here. You will be in the match.
He hurt the man's neck. Wait a minute.
Bert Prentice.
You know, I figured you'd try something like this. Mike Samples and the board of directors, we got a conference call going in the back. Mike Samples told me to tell you, do whatever you want to do. It's okay for the match. You and I got a phone call.
He's gone.
Let's check that out if it really is the board of directors on the phone and see what happens.
Let me tell you guys something. Jeff Jarrett and the Bushwhackers, listen to this, brother. You guys don't even know what day it is, let alone how to get to the Mid-South Coliseum to even wrestle. But let me tell you what, baby, I'm going to be there, but I'm not going to be wrestling. And we're going to take you guys and stomp you into the ring and hope that goofball Jerry Lawler decides to stick his nose into it. Nate, I love it, baby.
Thank you. Thanks.
Woo!
Well, I guess, I don't know if it's settled or not. I assume it is. We'll find out.
He's a new man. He's a new man.
Now, Bert Prentice says it's settled. We'll find it.
He's a new man in the sixth.
We'll get a ruling on that, and we'll let you know a little bit later on. That's speaking of...
I love it. Come on, Daddy, and walk that aisle, boys, because we'll be ready for you.
Now, Richard Lee's much happier now, let me tell you. We've got, speaking of Bert Prentice, he's supposed to have the Blackharts ready to go. Let's take a break, and then we'll get this next match underway. Stay with us. And we'll continue here in just a moment. I've just been handed a bulletin from the Action News 5 Weather Office. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm watch. It's going to be in effect for the entire TV5 viewing area until 2 o'clock this afternoon. We'll keep you posted on bulletins as they become necessary. Bert Prentice and the Blackharts going to be headed this way very, very soon. Let me tell you, they are a tough, tough tag team, and you put Bert Prentice in the corner, it makes it even worse. Here they come right here. I've already talked to you one time today. I would think that would be enough for that goofy conference call deal to Mike Sample.
You know, I want to predict something for you. Dave Brown, you're going to have a great, long, wonderful career in television. Watching it, that is. But let me tell you something. The destruction is going to start today. The executions are going to start today. The Blackharts are the hottest thing in wrestling, and today, I want the ambulances ready because the death is going to start today. Reno Riggins and Tony Falk. two of the biggest punks of professional wrestling. Come on out here, because you're not going to walk out when you leave. Have the stretchers ready. I've never told a lie in my life, and I'm not going to start now. Execution starts today.
Bert Prentice with a word, and the Blackharts.
Well, what in the world is
This
this?
thing, let me get out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
You have to get him up in the ring, Bert, if you don't mind. Tony Falk, Reno Riggins, a couple of fine wrestlers stepping up into that wrestling ring against these tough Blackharts. Don't sell the Blackharts short. Just because you don't like Bert Prentice, and we don't. He has got a rugged tag team in hand here in these Blackharts. They came in after an extended tour in Japan. They, as a matter of fact, they now claim to wrestle out of Japan. They are not Japanese, but they claim to wrestle out of Japan. And they wrestle under those masks, and they have those other strange-looking masks, Phantom of the Opera type masks that they wear out here before the match begins. But they're going against the former holder of the Southern Heavyweight title, Reno Riggins, and his partner, Tony Falk. And here with all the action is Corey Macklin.
Thank you, Dave Brown. The Blackharts take Tony, whips him in. Falk comes back. Big body slam on the Blackharts. Good arm takedown from Tony Falk. Falk and Riggins teaming up today on USWA Championship Wrestling against this team of the Blackharts and Bert Prentice. Oh, look at Prentice. See, that's the kind of stuff we talk about in there. Tripping up Tony Falk. Reno Riggins comes over. Oh! He nails Bert Prentice. Boy, he clobbered Prentice in there with a big right hand. Meanwhile, the Blackharts double teaming Tony Falk. Prentice kind of staggering around the ring here. Got Tony tied up in the ropes there.
Mr. Prentice, I guess that will teach you to stay out of the action here, huh?
Who does this idiot think he is? Just for that, this kid'll never wrestle again. I promise you. Kill it. Hey!
Oh, they tie Falk up in the ropes, and boy, they drop down again. Take Reno Riggins right on his face and right it smack dab into the ring canvas. Boy, that's a tough move to take from these Blackharts. They slam Riggins into the canvas twice.
Oh, look out. One on the top rope. One holds it. No.
Man, oh, man.
It was worth it. Did you see that?
Come on now, Prentice. Hey, what they trying to do is hurt the guy there now.
He sprung halfway across the ring. Look out, he's up there again.
Oh, boy.
Right across the back of the neck.
They holding Reno up there. The other Blackheart is holding his legs. You see what he's doing is holding his legs and pulling his arms back. Got his neck out there.
There's Bill Dundee in to help out.
Superstar comes in.
You know, I think that's probably going to be...
Oh, boy,
that's going to end up a disqualification probably on Reno and Tony, but Reno's hurt. Look at that.
Yeah, they got to get Tony out of the ropes.
Prentice, look...
Oh, boy.
You know he deserved it. Bill Dundee, you stuck your mouth in something now that you never should have done.
That's a word from Bert Prentice leaving here. Hey, Reno nailed Prentice when he was interfering.
Hey,
get him out of here, Bert.
Get him out of here, Prentice.
The match is done, and Reno Riggins is hurt. Bill Dundee and Tony Falk trying to help him out.
The executions have begun.
The word from Bert Prentice as they attend to Reno Riggins in the ring right now. Let's take a break. We'll get Reno some help and be back after this. We have a lot more action to go here today. We've also got plenty of action coming up around the territory. And here's Corey with all that.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. It starts tonight. Ripley, Mississippi, 7:30 at the high school. Tonight, the King, Jerry Lawler's on the card there. Miss Texas, the Hornet, Mr. Hughes, and Jeff Gaylord. That tough Howard Hughes connection. Big lineup tonight, Ripley, Mississippi, 7:30 there at the high school. Friday night, we're back in Kennett, Missouri. American Legion Building, 7:30 in Kennett. Jeff Jarrett, Danny Davis, Junkyard Dog, Ryan Christopher, Moondogs, Bill Dundee, and hopefully Reno Riggins is back in action Friday night, this Friday, coming out 7:30 at the American Legion Building there in Kennett. Thursday, October 22nd, Silverman, Tennessee, McNair County,
High School there. Jeff Jarrett, Junkyard Dog, Moondogs on that card. Thursday, November 5th, Bolivar, Tennessee. Sponsored by the JCs there at the high school at 7:30. Blytheville, Arkansas, Friday, November 6th at the National Guard Armory. Back there in Blytheville with a big card. In Cleveland, Mississippi, Saturday, November 7th at the Bolivar County Expo Center. Tickets on sale at Cartoons in Greenville and Sound Center, Peak Pen, Trading Post Pound Shop, Video Shop, Cleveland Paint and Glass, all in Cleveland, Mississippi. Coming soon as USWA Championship Wrestling on tour. Hope you're there to see it all.
All right, thank you very much, Corey. Bill Dundee here right now.
That's right, Dave. Let me tell you something, Bert Prentice. What you did to Reno Riggins, there's no call for that. You want to start a war, punk? Well, you got one, brother. Them Blackharts may be big and bad, but they can be had. And I hope they're up in Kennett next Friday night, because that's where I'm going to be, and a whole host of others. And I think the promoter said they've done changed the ticket location to get advanced tickets. It's at the Pizza Parlor on 4th Street. Prentice, you go buy a ticket, or you just be there, because Kennett Friday night, we taking you out, punk, if you show up.
All right, Bill. Danny, I know you had a tough week.
Yeah, very tough week. But let me tell you something. Friday night in Kennett, Missouri, I'm going to be there. And Brian Christopher, your spoilt little brat, I hope you show your face there, and I hope you bring that world's light heavyweight title. And also Thursday night, the 22nd, in Selmer, Tennessee, at McNary Central, I hope you're there too, because I'm going to be there with the rest of my friends. And if we have anything to do with it, I'll be the champion once again.
All right, Danny. Here's Jerry and Jeff too.
Well, you know, can't say enough about Memphis. Know what's going to happen there. Jeff's got some words about the Bushwhackers. Want to talk briefly about tonight. You saw on the monitor there, going to be down in Ripley, Mississippi. The Howard Hughes connection down there. Good chance to shut up some of Jimmy Hart's boys. Looking forward to seeing everybody down in Ripley, Mississippi tonight. Also want to mention that tomorrow afternoon, you know, still a little bit of softball going on. Tomorrow afternoon, me and my entire softball team, the Lawless Kings of Memphis, going to be over in Forest City, Arkansas tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. And there's a couple of very special young ladies that we're going to be over there raising money for. That's Jennifer and Ashley Lewis, and I know she's watching right now over in Forest City. Hi, girls, and we'll see you there tomorrow. Want everybody to come on out. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to play a doubleheader that's sponsored by Hunter over there. We're going to play the Forest City All-Stars and Hunter. And also, everybody that comes to that doubleheader tomorrow afternoon is going to get a free ticket to Monday Night Wrestling, and they're going to get to see Jeff and the Bushwhackers, and believe me, I'll be there too. And it's going to be big. It's tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. And also rumored, Jeff, guess who they say is going to be there to play against us tomorrow?
There's no telling.
Yeah.
Sid Vicious.
That's what I hear, yeah.
Sid Vicious. Thinks he's a big ball player. We'll see if he shows up tomorrow, Forest City at 1:30. Jeff, you want to say a little bit about your partners?
There's a lot of big nights coming up. You got Ripley, you got Kennett, Selmer. But believe me, Richard Lee, we hadn't forgot about Monday night. That's right. We might have been confused about the date, but I guarantee you one thing. The Bushwhackers aren't going to be confused about bringing chairs and boards and trash cans, and it doesn't matter. And you think you're going to bring some ringer in? It doesn't matter. The King's going to be there. He's going to be watching. Boys, Moondogs and Richard Lee, you better be ready, because the Bushwhackers are coming with both barrels loaded.
You know, as I said, the King's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Everybody stay tuned. You people stay tuned. I just may pull one out right here today before the show's over.
Oh, you stay tuned. We'll be back with more USWA action. Going to be headed this way to do battle against Mean Mike Miller just moments from right now. As a matter of fact, what is it? Brian Christopher. Oh, he's got his little red wagon, and he's got it, unfortunately, well, he's got it full of belts is what he's got it full of. He's got the Texas belt, the Southern belt, the light heavyweight belt.
What are you looking at, Dave, huh?
I'm looking at all the hardware you got in the little red wagon here.
That's right. But first of all, I want to get something out of the way. You know, the Memphis Mafia was going real strong there for a while. Eddie Gilbert, Doug the Hitman, Billy Joe Travis, and Brian Christopher, the triple champion. But there's been a little dissension. There's been a little dissension between Doug Gilbert and Billy Joe Travis. They were both supposed to be here today, and they were supposed to be my partners, and they've gotten a little argument, or I don't know what. It's a little argument over a girl. Can you believe that, huh? Over a girl, and they're taking it so serious they're not even going to show up for work. See, this is work. You need to get your girl situation off to the side and take care of work first. And now, Dave, let's talk about this. I hadn't even heard you say one thing about the new
triple champion, have you? I'm a triple champion, ladies and, well, scum. I'm a triple champion. And Dave, you know, I had to bring it all out here on my wagon here because you don't understand just how much gold and silver is really in all these belts. Do you, Dave, huh? You know how much is in them?
No, I don't.
I knew you didn't. That's why I took it upon myself to literally show you how much. I've brought me a little scale out here, and I'm going to just show you, Dave, just how much we got in these belts, you know? Now, Dave, let me show you, first of all, I'm going to show you just how much my Texas Heavyweight Championship weighs. Let's put that on the scale. What do we have there, Dave? 26 pounds.
And your thumb was on the back of the scale.
Yeah. 27 pounds. All right, with no thumb. Now, Dave, we got my Southern Heavyweight belt. Let's put that up on the scale. How much is that? How much is that, Dave? 30. So we got 27.
Belt in the palm of your hand.
We got 27 pounds, and then we got 30 pounds. What's that? What's that, Dave? That's 50. What's that? 57. Can you not count? 57 pounds.
All right.
And now, Dave, now what do we got right here? Huh? This is the World Light Heavyweight Championship, and it's mine, too. My third belt. Let's put that up there. Yeah, how did you win it? What do we got? 19, 20 pounds.
That's a light belt, right?
Well, it don't really matter. They're all mine is what matters. So what do we got there, Dave? We have 57 plus 20.
76 is what the answer is going to be.
76 pounds, Dave. That's why I didn't bring this wagon out here. 76 pounds, that can hurt your lower back, give you a hernia. I don't want to tote all that hardware around here. And now, Dave, you know how much 76 pounds is, huh?
Yeah, I do.
It's about how much Danny Davis's crying towel weighs about now. That's right. And here it comes. Yeah. Oh, just perfect timing. I wanted to bring you out here anyway, Danny Davis.
He's not crying either.
Don't touch my wagon.
You know, that looks like the form of transportation that would be good to carry you around in because all you are is a spoiled little brat, Brian Christopher. You're out here, you're trying to show just how important you really are with all your belts. Well, that's fine. You're in all your glory now, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Hug that belt to these fans really good, okay? Hug them all because, you know, every dog does have his day. And this week, you're going to have your day because I've got a title shot with you because you did defeat me for that belt, but one thing for sure, it had an immediate return clause in it. And, brother, when I get my chance, I'm going to take that belt off of you. So what do you say about that, Brian Christopher?
Are you through running your mouth, huh? Listen, Danny Davis, I know that it had a return title match. I know everything. You can't tell me a thing. You might ask me a few things, but you can't tell me nothing.
I won't ask you nothing. I will tell you what I want you to know.
Well, this is what I want you to know. Last week you came out here and you didn't want to give me a title shot.
No, it's not true. I gave you a title shot. You come out here running your mouth, said you could beat me in 5 minutes. Well, I put the title on the line for 5 minutes, and you couldn't back it up. That was your title shot. And then you cried and bellyached like a spoiled little brat that you are, and you wanted another title shot, and the only way you could get that was to put up your hair because the fans suggested it. And that's what the fans wanted, and unfortunately, you still got your hair.
Who cares about the fans, Dad? No, shut up. It's time for me to talk. Give me the mic. Let go. All right. Now, Danny, see, I'm a triple champion. I call the shots now. You can cry to whoever you want to. Go kiss Eddie Marlin's butt. I don't care. I'm going to tell you what goes down now, Danny Davis. And you see, since I'm the champion, and I had to put my hair on the line last week, my good-looking hair, I'm going to tell you what, Danny, if you want a title match, you have to put something on the line, Danny Davis. Now, you don't need to think about it because I've already got it in my mind. You got to put your hair on the line. Your hair, Danny. Your little mop up there. Your little greasy hair. Put that on the line, huh? That's the only way you'll get a title shot. The only way.
He's got the belt, Danny, I guess.
Hey, the return clause didn't say nothing about putting no hair on the line, What it said was I was guaranteed a return match.
You're right. The return clause didn't say it. I said it. I call the shots. I'm the triple champion. I said put your hair on the line.
No, I'm not scared.
You want to put your hair on the line? Put your hair on the line, baby. Put your hair. You scared you two gonna put your little hair? Put your hair on the line. Come on.
Hey, I'm not scared of you, and I'll show you something. You want me to put my hair on the line just so I can get a title shot? Okay, you spoiled little brat. You got your wish. This week, my hair is on the line for that title.
All right, that's it. Hair on the line against the title, Brian Christopher. The title will be at stake. Hair against the title coming up this week. And Brian Christopher, I noticed, left. All right, Danny's got a match right here, and he says, let's get the opponent in here. Here he comes right here. Looks like the Shadow is going to be stepping in.
And the big Scorpion stepping in.
I beg your pardon, I said the Shadow.
Yeah.
The Scorpion stepping into the action here. See if we can sort of rearrange. All right, the referee's called for the bell. Here we go, and we'll see if we can get all, 76 pounds of these belts out of here, and the scale, too. We better check that thing for accuracy.
I think it's well off of it. Danny Davis, Nightmare, picks up that big Scorpion, boy. Danny picks him up and slams him down. Scorpion, of course, is a lot larger than Danny Davis, but Danny picks him up and slams him again. Nightmare Danny Davis out of Pensacola, Florida. Good drop kick from Danny. Takes him down, flips the Scorpion over. Oh, had a pin cover on him. Scorpion just shoved him off there. Gets a clean break, and Nightmare Danny Davis waiting on him. This guy can wrestle, let me tell you, Danny Davis. Great wrestling moves. Holding on to the Scorpion. Referee Kevin Christian checking. See if he wants to give it up. Scorpion hanging in. Danny Davis stretching that arm of the Scorpion. Stretching it back. He's got it back behind his back there, and Scorpion still holding on. He's got a shoulder down. Only got a 1 count out of it. Scorpion gets back on his feet. Slams away on Danny Davis. Danny fighting his way back with a series of rights. Nails the big Scorpion. Knocks him on the ropes there. Danny Davis.
Scorpion not having much luck here at all against Danny Davis. Look at that neck breaker he just popped on it. Ooh.
What a tough hold. He's got it covered too. Oh, watch out, Danny. Would you see it? Christopher comes in and jumps him from behind and just goes crazy on Danny Davis. Boy, wouldn't fight Danny face to face up there. Jumps him from behind right when Danny Davis had the Scorpion pin. Here comes Brian Christopher. Jumps on Danny Davis.
Danny knocked Brian over the table here. It embarrassed him is what happened, and now Christopher's jumped him from behind. Look at that. Oh,
yeah,
Christopher.
That's the triple champion there, yeah.
Hey, Danny Davis, you just better be glad I spared your life, because I'm going to shave your head this week. You're going to be bald. You'll be bald, Danny Davis.
There's Danny Davis right there. He wants that light heavyweight title back. Brian Christopher's got it. And the rematch will take place very, very soon. We'll be back here with more action in a moment. Seen Jimmy Hart put together and sent in here the Howard Hughes connection. They've been making a lot of noise around the USWA in recent weeks since they've been here. And I see Bert Prentice leading the way right here with them. There they are, Jeffrey Howard Gaylord and Mr. Hughes. And what are you doing here with them?
Well, Jimmy Hart has asked me to handle their affairs till he can get back in here. Got a lot of things to talk about. Number one, I feel, guys, I kind of let you down because Jimmy Hart said give him the toughest opponents you can find. Well, Ricky Hayes and Tony Williams is the toughest opponents I can find. That shows you how horrible the talent here is on the other side, if you know what I mean. But them being former tag team champions, you know, we'll annihilate them. I have a challenge to all you idiots listening out there on the monitors and all over the world. Jimmy Hart has sent in to sit in escrow $5,000 to any man, any wrestler, anything that can pin either of the Hughes connection. It cannot be done, I promise you. And you know, I've never told a lie.
I don't know about the last statement, but I will tell you this. $5,000 to anyone who can pin either of the Howard Hughes connection. That is mighty interesting. And I'm looking across the way, seeing Ricky Hayes and Tony Williams. Boy, they are giving away lots and lots of size, but especially when you take a guy like Tony. Here's a type wrestler can sneak up on some big guys like this. Yeah. Gets a pin, and he's got $5,000. Interesting.
Oh, boy. Oh, Tony, bad luck there, though. He picks Tony up. Just throws him across the ring there. I mean, Mr. Hughes just pressed Tony Williams up in the air. Suplex on Tony. Takes him back down. Tony Williams and Ricky Hayes, the opponents for the Howard Hughes connection. Mr. Hughes.
You know, houseboy Corey Macklin, you're good at running your mouth. Why don't you take a shot at the $5,000?
Well, why don't you manage, Bert, and leave us alone over here, and we'll handle the commentary. The Howard Hughes connection. They're big, they are tough, make no mistake about it.
Oh, indeed. They are awesome, and Ricky Hayes and Tony Williams, two youngsters that are going to be good, but I tell you, this day, they may fall short with this Howard Hughes connection. These guys are tough. I think you're far from it, is what I think. Gaylord drops down with a big knee on Ricky Hayes. What is he doing? Climbing the middle rope there. Right in the middle of the ring and just swings down on Ricky Hayes.
Shows a bit of the balance and strength, though, of Gaylord. He was right in the middle of the ropes. That's a difficult place to climb the ropes.
Oh, it is.
You can do it around the ring post where you've got some more stability, but that just kind of indicates some of, especially the upper body strength that this guy has. He's incredibly strong.
Yeah, this Gaylord, I'm going to tell you, he is some kind of strong and tough in there. Comes in out of St. Louis, Missouri, and Mr. Hughes wrestles in out of Kansas City, Missouri, and boy, they are some kind of awesome team. Gaylord climbs the ropes, just gets up there, and Mr. Hughes has got Ricky Hayes up on his shoulder. Gaylord comes off with a big kick on Ricky Hayes. Boy, let me tell you.
Mr. Hughes just with a knee holds him down, count of three, and that's it.
Man, this Howard Hughes connection that Jimmy Hart is formed, and he's got Bert Prentice managing them for some reason, but boy, these guys are some kind of tough. The Howard Hughes connection, and $5,000 is up if someone can come up with a pin on either one of them.
Any man who can pin either of the Howard Hughes connection in the ring gets $5,000. That should make it interesting in coming days.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Well, I can't say that I have. They're tough, I give you that, no doubt about it. We'll be back with more after this. Got another match scheduled here in just a moment. We've had a full day of wrestling on USWA Championship Wrestling today, and it isn't over yet, let me tell you, as we're going to try to get them in the ring here very shortly and get this next one underway. I frankly am not totally sure who all is going to be coming out right here, but we'll just wait until here the superstar. All right, here he comes, Bill Dundee, headed this way. He climbs up onto the ring apron, and Brian Christopher is headed this way, with a Southern Heavyweight title. Why don't you just put the belt on the line, huh?
You know, Dave, this is supposed to be a Southern Heavyweight title match, and I hate bums, I hate trash, and I hate midgets. And Dundee falls in all three of them categories, so I'm about to get in here and break this little midget's neck.
Title's on the line. Did I hear you say that? Yeah, title is on the line.
Yeah.
Southern heavyweight title match coming up here. Referee Kevin Christian calls for the bell. It's Brian Christopher against Bill Dundee. Southern heavyweight title at stake. The triple champion could be just a double champion when he walks out of here today. Here's Corey.
Thank you, Dave. Dundee and Christopher. Dundee grabs that arm of Christopher. All right. Reverses. Billy Nelson with a big right. Brian Christopher, the Southern heavyweight champion, Texas heavyweight champion, lightweight heavyweight champion. He brags about all of it, but his Southern title is on the line here today on TV. Christopher comes in out of Memphis, Tennessee. Superstar Bill Dundee, wrestling out of Australia. Well, this is a well of a single bout here today, too.
Well, it sure is. And a title match at that.
Yes, sir. Dundee takes Christopher down, stomps on that left arm of Christopher. Billy grabs that left arm again, wraps it over the top rope. Oh. Boy, he's really been working that left arm of Christopher's over. Takes him down with it. Still bars onto that left arm of Brian Christopher. Stumps that arm again, the big move. Superstar Bill Dundee. Boy, he's held that Southern heavyweight title many times. Christopher, the holder of it now. And I know Billy will love to have it back around his waist again. Boy, still working that left arm of Christopher's over. Twisting that arm. Brian Christopher, man, checked by referee Kevin Christian, said, hey, you want to give it to all? Christopher grabs his hair there now. Backs Billy up against the turnbuckle. Gonna give him a... thought for a moment they may give him a clean break, and he just slugs away at Dundee. Reversal here, Dundee whips him in. Egg backdrop on Christopher, takes him down. Drags that left arm of Christopher down again. Billy's been working that arm over this entire match. Wearing Brian Christopher down by working over that left arm. Tightening up on that arm.
Dundee threatening to break it.
Yeah.
That's got to get Brian Christopher thinking, let me tell you.
Billy stomping away at that left arm of Christopher. Christopher on his feet rakes the eyes of Dundee there. Big elbow on Billy. Brian Christopher, well, he stomps away at Dundee's right arm in there.
Christopher does not hesitate to use the illegal move. If he thinks he can gain an advantage, he uses it immediately.
Slams away at Dundee with another big right hand. Choking him, they're not going to break. He wants to break that.
Yeah, Dundee's got his foot over the bottom rope. The referee doesn't see it because he's trying to get Christopher to stop choking him, of all things.
Brian takes him over to the other side of the ring, slams him over the turnbuckle. Slams Dundee again, takes him, whips him in. Dundee stands, comes under, and nails Christopher with the right hand. Takes Brian Christopher into the rope. Got him in a sleeper hold there. Holding on to Brian Christopher.
Oh, look out, Blackharts.
Bert Prentice has got these Blackharts out here. Boy, they jump on Billy there now. They've already injured Reno Riggins. With some tough moves they put on him.
Bill came out to help Reno earlier, and that made Bert Prentice mad, and that's the reason he sent these guys out here, I guarantee you.
Yeah, here comes Help Nightmare Danny Davis, and
These Blackharts and Bert Prentice coming to interfere right in the bout.
And probably cost Dundee the Southern Heavyweight title.
Yeah. When you talk to Dundee, tell him don't stick his nose in our business.
That's the word from Bert Prentice. That's exactly what he did. That was his get even with Dundee for coming out and trying to help Reno Riggins, who they had already hurt.
Yeah.
Danny Davis and Bill Dundee. Billy is all right, but he does not have the Southern Heavyweight title. He had the sleeper hold on Christopher. If he could have made it stick, all he had to do was just make that sleeper hold stick, and he had the Southern Heavyweight title. But Prentice sends in the Blackharts and stops his title bid right there. Well, let's take a break and regroup. We'll be right back. Apparently, change has been made for Monday night. It's going to be that King Killer that Nate Whitlock, Nate the Rat, has brought in here, being a partner with Moondogs. Here he comes right here, and he's bringing the King Killer with him. Maybe a word or two about the action that's going to be coming up. In a way, I'm a little bit surprised you want to send him in there, because you're not going against just a pushover match. You're going against Jeff Jarrett and the Bushwhackers.
First off, Dave, just go to the card, and I got a little surprise. Jerry Lawler, he had a surprise that he said he had in store for it. But just go over the card first.
I'll do that. I'll do that. Let's take a look at it. 7:30 is when it begins. Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. Opening match. Jeffrey Howard Gaylord will be going against Tony Falk. In the next match, the very big Mr. Hughes will be going against the flamboyant Eric Embry. Special request challenge match. And again, we still don't have a lot of information on this, except Brian Christopher did fill you in just a little bit. Has to do with a disagreement over a girl. Special request challenge match. As a result, Billy Travis will be going against Doug Gilbert. Then you got the Blackharts with Bert Prentice in their corner, going against the superstar Bill Dundee and Reno Riggins scheduled to go there. Now, after what happened to Reno today, Reno appeared that his neck was injured to me when he was leaving. I don't know what kind of shape he's in, but at this point, I guess we'll have to assume that everything will be all right, and he and Billy Dundee will be there looking for the Blackharts. And I can tell you this, after what Bert Prentice and the Blackharts did to Dundee today, perhaps costing him the Southern Heavyweight title, Dundee is going to come in there, and he is going to be a wild man when it comes to the Blackharts and Bert Prentice over in the corner. World Light Heavyweight title is at stake. Now, this one now has a new stipulation. Danny Davis against Brian Christopher. Danny correctly pointed out that there was a return clause, and the World Light Heavyweight title match had already been signed, but Brian Christopher says, no, I'm the champion. I get to talk about whether you get a title match and the win and all of that sort of thing. So in order to get it, you're going to have to put your hair on the line. Well, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be title against hair. Brian Christopher brings the World Light Heavyweight title to the ring. Danny Davis, of course, has his hair. If Danny loses, he loses his hair. If Christopher loses, then Davis will again be World Light Heavyweight champion. The USWA Unified World Heavyweight title is going to be on the line. Big match here, let me tell you. Junkyard Dog, very pleased to have come to the USWA and won the Unified World title. It's a belt that he has been proud to win and proud to wear, but he puts it at stake against Hacksaw Butch Reed, who comes in to challenge the champion JYD. Main event of the night, grudge six-man tag team match. On one side, are you paying attention to this, Nate? On one side, you got Jeff Jarrett and the Bushwhackers. On the other side, you got the Moondogs, and now you are going to put this King Killer in there, right?
King Killer. That's exactly right. First off, is Eddie Marlin here? Eddie Marlin in the back.
Eddie Marlin's here.
Get Eddie Marlin out here. I want to talk to Eddie Marlin.
No, Eddie. I don't know if Eddie wants to come out here and talk to you or not. Here he is right here. Okay. Eddie, I don't have any idea what this is all about, but Nate has requested your presence.
First off, Mr. Marlin, is Richard Lee and the Moondogs already left the building?
Yeah, you heard them say they had to leave early and go to Nashville. They've gone.
Well, you know, I give my services to Richard Lee as the King Killer to where he can be the partner of the Moondogs. That's right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jerry Lawler come out here earlier and said he had a big surprise in store for the Moondogs and Richard Lee. Is that correct?
Yes, he did.
And, you know, I don't like Jerry Lawler all that much.
You've explained that.
But there's somebody out there that I don't only not like, but I hate Richard Lee. I want you to know that. I don't care nothing about Richard Lee. You see? And so...
But you just rescued him from this match here.
Well, the big surprise that the King had in store was, this is it right here, the King Killer. Now let's show everybody exactly what the big surprise is all about right here.
I can't wait till Monday night because I'm going to be coming to the Moondog!
Thank you very much, Dave Brown.
Talk about a surprise.
Boy!
Talk about a surprise. My goodness. My goodness gracious.
Oh, the King Killer.
Well, I wonder what all that means. Now, does that mean that it was just the fine, which would be a normal thing for all of that sort of thing? I don't know.
I wondered about that.
But I tell you what, it's going to make for a much more interesting Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum,
yes,
isn't it?
Sir, I'll be right there looking for that one.
I tell you what, the King Killer is going to be stepping in there. My goodness gracious.
Oh, boy.
What a main event coming up Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. Make your plans right now. I think you're going to be one to be sitting at ringside for that one.
Yes.
Today, the Moondogs were in here. Richard Lee very happy. They're still the world champions, and he was parading those belts around and all of that.
Yeah.
They made short work of their opponents here today. Then they had all these other things they had to do, so about the time that Lawler and Jeff Jarrett showed up, they said, we got to go, bye, and that's what they did. The King Killer we saw, he was impressive in that match. Blackharts came in. They hurt Reno Riggins today. Danny Davis going against the Scorpion, and then that very large Howard Hughes connection. What a big group that is.
They are awesome, aren't they?
Southern title, I think Bill Dundee had it won, but then there was interference from the Blackharts, and as a result, Brian Christopher is still the Southern heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Big day, huh?
Oh, wow.
Be looking for you next week, same time. Until then, for Corey Macklin, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody.
The announcers on